What is up, brothers and sisters? Welcome to the MEANINGWAVE Top 50. We're counting down the 50 most streamed songs in the MEANINGWAVE universe from chart data compiled across digital streaming platforms, including and not limited to Spotify, Apple Music, Amazon, YouTube, and now X. X has driven some quite radical movements on the chart this week. Look out for some re-entries, some new entries, some vast movements. And will there be a new number one? Stay locked in and find out. Thank you to everybody that supports MEANINGWAVE. Remember, streaming people do not pay very much. A whopping 0.003 cents per stream on Spotify, for example. So if you get value from this music, consider making a donation or maybe buying yourself something nice at MEANINGWAVE.com. The Black Friday sale is running for another 24 hours at the time of publishing this video. So head on over to MEANINGWAVE.com and make all your MEANINGWAVE dreams come true. MEANINGWAVE.com, because happiness is a side effect of meaning. And now, getting into that top 50 with a brand new re-entry due to a well-received mix for the, quite frankly, channel. It's Paul Harvey.
That free men dragging their feet had been outdistanced by slave workers dragging their chains, and we were sore afraid. Perhaps this was a disguised blessing too. Maybe a dramatic accomplishment by this Cold War adversary was necessary to get us off our dead centers and back to work again. If we can revive in ourselves, then in our youth, something of that basic American's creed, the horizon has never ever been so limitless. For man stands now on the threshold of his highest adventure of all, his first faltering footsteps into space. 20 years from today, half of the products you will be using in your everyday living aren't even in the dictionary. We've got it made. We just keep on keeping on. We've got it made. And if we don't, we will follow those other great nation states of history, the graveyard of ignominious oblivion. History promises only this for certain. We will get exactly what we deserve.
Quite frankly, make some noise for yourselves. Just go.
Thank you, God. Now I can take it from here. Thank you, God. Now I can take it from here. Thank you, God. Now I can take it from here. Thank you, God. Now I can take it from here. Get after it, Mike.
Perfect. Do you know who Akira The Don is? Of course, he's amazing.
Listening to Akira The Don, artist, DJ, wave lord, and architect of the MEANINGWAVE universe.
Akira The Don.
I was fat, so I talk about it. Go ahead and say something, motherfucker. I was fat too. And it was hard as fuck every fucking day to get up. I know what it feels like when you roll your fat ass out of bed and all you want is some fucking damn cinnamon buns and shit and fucking chocolate milkshake. I know what it is. I know exactly what it is. but I can't want it more than you. And so many people just want it the easy way. I'm sorry, man, it's not. So what they start to do is they build this narrative of it's okay, when the narrative should be, you need to fucking work harder. You need to fucking discipline your mind better. We need to help people more than just saying it's okay. It's okay that you're not fucking willing to fucking help yourself out. That's not okay. It's not okay. It's not acceptable. Even though it's your life, if that's acceptable, that's unacceptable. That's unacceptable. Even though it's your life, that's unacceptable. Than just saying it's okay. That's not okay. That's not okay. That's unacceptable. And there's a lot of people in this world, me included, that if I accepted that, I wouldn't be anywhere. So yeah, a lot of people just fucking, they start creating a narrative about themselves that make it okay. The ultimate get out of jail free card. And now the world is set up to have so many get out of jail free cards. Everything is okay. And you can't say a motherfucking thing about it. It's not okay. It's not acceptable. Even though it's your life, if that's acceptable, that's unacceptable. That's unacceptable. Even though it's your life, that's unacceptable. Than just saying it's okay. That's not okay. That's not okay. That's unacceptable. That's unacceptable. That's unacceptable. Even though it's your life, that's unacceptable. Than just saying it's okay. That's not okay. That's not okay. That's unacceptable.
Have you made your ancestors' sacrifice worthwhile today?
Well, here's the thing. Science has only proven maybe, I think, 4 things in the history of science. So that's why there's a theory of evolution, even though evolution is I think, certain. It certainly happened. I think evolution certainly happened. Now, I could say to you if I wanted to, that it is a theory because they haven't proven it. But I believe it. When I hear Stephen Hawking say there is no God, I go, what kind of scientist is that? I mean, I heard him say that. I heard him say there is no God, it's a fairy tale. That's not a scientist to me. That's the preeminent physicist in the entire world is saying something out of obvious prejudice. I did not hear the whole quote, to be fair. But I was kind of shocked that science says, like, we've given up. I don't know when scientists started saying things were unknowable. That's a new one on me. Unknowable. That's a new one on me. Unknowable. That's a new one on me. Because that's not a scientific term as far as I know. Unknowable? I think they could. I don't think scientists could possibly use that term unknowable because it infers that they can see into the future. I don't have the powers of a scientist. I certainly couldn't prove the existence of the planet Mercury, if that's even a planet anymore. I can prove anything. I'm just taking their word for it. No, I'm all for science because I want them to make things that'll make me live longer and stuff, you know? But I would like eternal life. I would like some proof, one way or the other, that God doesn't exist. I don't care what you prove. Like, at least prove one of them. I don't kind of scientist started saying things were unknowable? That's a new one on me. Unknowable. That's a new one on me. Unknowable. That's a new one on me. Because that's not a scientific term as far as I know. Unknowable.
I wonder what you would do if you had the power to dream any dream you wanted. I wonder what you would do if you had the power to dream any dream you wanted. And you would, of course, be able to alter your time sense and slip, say, 75 years of subjective time into 8 hours of sleep. You would, I suppose, start out by fulfilling all your wishes. You could design for yourself what would be the most ecstatic life. Love affairs, banquets, dancing girls, wonderful journeys. Love affairs, banquets, dancing girls, wonderful journeys, gardens, music beyond belief. Music beyond belief. Music beyond belief. I wonder what you would do if you had the power to dream any dream you wanted. I wonder what you would do if you had the power to dream any dream you wanted. Any dream you wanted. Any dream you wanted. Any dream you wanted. I wonder what you would do if you had the power to dream any dream you wanted. And then after a couple of months of this sort of thing at 75 years a night, you would be getting a little taste for something different. You would move over to an adventurous dimension where there were certain dangers involved and the thrill of dealing with dangers. And you could rescue princesses from dragons and go on dangerous journeys, make wonderful explosions and blow them up. Eventually get into contest with enemies. And after you've done that for some time, you'd think up a new wrinkle to forget that you were dreaming, so that you would think it was all for real, and to be anxious about it, because it'd be so great when you woke up. I wonder what you would do if you had the power to dream any dream you wanted. I wonder what you would do if you had the power to dream any dream you wanted. Any dream you wanted. Any dream you wanted. Any dream you wanted. I wonder what you would do if you had the power to dream any dream you wanted. And then you say, well, like children who dare each other on things, how far out could you get? What could you take? What dimension of being lost, of abandonment of your power, what dimension of that could you stand? You could ask yourself this, because you know you'd eventually wake up. after you'd gone on doing this, you see, for some time, you would suddenly find yourself sitting around in this room with all your personal involvement, problems, etc., talking with me. How do you know that's not what you're doing? Could be. Because after all, what would you do if you were God? I wonder what you would do if you had the power to dream any dream you wanted. I wonder what you would do if you had the power to dream any dream you wanted. Any dream you wanted. Any dream you wanted. Any dream you wanted. I wonder what you would do if you had the power to dream any dream you wanted. I wonder what you would do if you had the power to dream any dream you wanted to. I wonder what you would do if you had the power to dream any dream you wanted to. 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 I wonder what you would do if you had the power to dream any dream you wanted to. What would you do if you were God? 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 What would you do if you were God?
Broadcasting live from the peak of recorded human civilization. You're listening to Akira The Don.
Now, what can I do? Now, what can I do? Akira. Okay, yes. We're bored. We're all bored now. But has it ever occurred to you the process that creates this boredom that we see in the world now may very well be a self-perpetuating, unconscious form of brainwashing created by a world totalitarian government based on money? And that all of this is much more dangerous than one thinks? And it's not just a question of individual survival, but that somebody who's bored is asleep, and somebody who's asleep will not say no. See, I keep meeting these people. I mean, just a few days ago, I met this man whom I greatly admire. He's a Swedish physicist, and he told me that he no longer watches television, he doesn't read newspapers, and he doesn't read magazines. He's completely cut them out of his life because he really does feel that we're living in some kind of Orwellian nightmare now, and that everything that you hear now contributes to turning you into a robot. When I was at Findhorn, I met this extraordinary English tree expert who had devoted his life to saving trees. 84 years old, he always travels with a backpack because he never knows where he's going to be tomorrow. When I met him at Findhorn, he said to me, "Where are you from?" And I said, "New York." He said, "New York, yes, that's a very interesting place. Do you know a lot of New Yorkers who keep talking about the fact that they want to leave but never do?" And I said, "Oh, yes." And he said, "Why do you think they don't leave?" I gave him different banal theories. He said, "Oh, I don't think it's that way at all." He said, "I think that New York is the new model for the new concentration camp, where the camp has been built by the inmates themselves, and the inmates are the guards, and they have this pride in this thing they built. They built their own prison. And so they exist in a state of schizophrenia, where they are both guards and prisoners, and as a result, they no longer have, having been lobotomized, the capacity to leave the prison they've made, or to even see it as a prison." And then he went into his pocket and he took out a seed for a tree and he said, "This is a pine tree." Put it in my hand and he said, "Escape before it's too late. Escape before it's too late. Escape before it's too late. We should get out. Get out of here. Escape before it's too late. Escape before it's too late. Escape before it's too late. This is the beginning of the rest of the future now. Escape before it's too late." See, actually for 2 or 3 unpleasant feeling that we really should get out. No, we really should feel like Jews in Germany in the late 30s. Get out of here. Of course, the problem is where to go, because it seems quite obvious that the whole world is going in the same direction. See, I think it's quite possible that the 1960s represented the last burst of the human being before he was extinguished, and that this is the beginning of the rest of the future now, that from now on there'll simply be all these robots walking around, feeling nothing, thinking nothing, and there'll be nobody left almost to remind them that there once was a species called a human being with feelings and thoughts, and that history and memory are right now being erased, and soon nobody will really remember that life existed on the planet. Escape before it's too late. Escape before it's too late. We should get out. Get out of here. Escape before it's too late. Escape before it's too late. Escape before it's too late. This is the beginning of the rest of the future now. Escape before it's too late.
People hate strong minds. And there's an infestation of weak people in this fucking world. See, you're born with one mouth for a reason. To speak what you believe in. Speak your thoughts. Speak your truth. Speak your thoughts. Speak your truth. See, you're born with one mouth for a reason. To speak what you believe in. But what happens is, the goal of weak people is to silence you. So what they do to you is to isolate you. The more they isolate you, the more you want to put a fucking damn, you want to sew up your mouth right in the middle. You start speaking out both sides of your mouth. You don't stand for shit. And eventually what happens is, they make you so fucking soft, you become a fucking bobblehead. Weak people hate strong minds. And there's an infestation of weak people in this fucking world. See, you're born with one mouth for a reason. To speak what you believe in. Speak your thoughts. Speak your truth. Speak your thoughts. Speak your truth. See, you're born with one mouth for a reason. To speak what you believe in. And eventually what happens is, they make you so fucking soft, you become a fucking bobblehead. You try to shake your head, yes. Whatever they fucking want. Speak your truth. Don't be a fucking bobblehead. Speak your truth. Don't be a fucking bobblehead. Speak your truth. Don't be a fucking bobblehead. Stay hard. Weak people hate strong minds. And there's an infestation of weak people in this fucking world. See, you're born with one mouth for a reason. Speak what you believe in. Speak your thoughts. Speak your truth. Speak your thoughts. Speak your truth. See, you're born with one mouth for a reason. To speak what you believe in. Speak your truth. Speak your thoughts. Speak your truth. See, you're born with one mouth for a reason. Speak what you believe in.
Life of truth is eternal, immortal is its past. Power of truth shall endure, truth shall hold to the last.
They never said winning was easy. Some people can't handle success. I can.
Let's say you have no races. Let's say you have no classes, no nothing. There's no purpose in your life. People need to have purpose to get up. They need purpose to perform. You need to get to a point in your life where there's nothing on the docket. There's no 5K, there's no, I'm gonna get into school perform to the highest level. Because what people don't get, one day that thing's gonna come up. And if you're not constantly performing without purpose, you're not gonna be ready when the time comes. It's this magical thing, purpose, that we're all looking for. But what's funny about it all is that we need these things to perform. But we don't take a second to realize the purpose is you. The purpose is you. The purpose is you. The purpose is you. You are always the purpose. The purpose is always there. Cause the very purpose is you. There may be another purpose, like being a SEAL or going to college or whatever, but the main purpose in life is you. So if you wake up in the morning and you don't want to do something, you don't care enough about yourself. And that's what you need to really research is, why am I not doing this for myself? That is the number one purpose in life, is to better oneself. That's the only purpose I fucking need. That's the only purpose I fucking need. So the reason I get up every day, even though there's no races, there's no school, there's nothing in front of me, is because I have pride in myself. The purpose is you. The purpose is you. The purpose is you. The purpose is you. You are always the purpose. The purpose is always there. Cause the very purpose is you. You have to want to be better. It starts off with you have to have pride in yourself. You have to have pride in yourself. You have to have, there's something about you, whether it's your last name, the smallest thing, you have to be proud of yourself. And if you have no pride in yourself, I can't give it to you. I want to be the standard. I want to be that guy. Like if you go to whatever company, they have this mission statement on how we want to run our company. I made one for myself on how I want to be. And that is why if people can make up a mission statement, an ethos in which they want to live by, and every morning you wake up, you hold yourself accountable to that mission. The purpose is you. The purpose is you. The purpose is you. The purpose is you. You are always the purpose. The purpose is always there. Cause the very purpose is you. Mission statement. What do you want to be in life? And once you do that, now you can work with somebody to get better. You can work with yourself to get better. Until you know what you want to stand for, you will always just be sitting down. You'll never stand for anything. You'll never stand for anything. You'll never stand for anything.
Can we isolate the wave?
Well, and if you were an alpha, what you were threatened by?
That's it.
You're not.
That's
you
it.
want other dudes to crush it too. You want to raise the bar.
That's
you
it.
want to feel challenged. You want to feel uncomfortable.
And that's the one thing I'll say right now to people listening to this. A real person, a real alpha, a real go-getter, they ain't saying shit about nobody. They ain't saying shit about. That's why you will never, ever hear me dropping somebody's name, running my mouth about somebody. I don't know what you went through. I don't know what you're going through. I didn't wear the shoes you wore when you were a kid. I didn't grow up in your fucked up house. I didn't have your fucked up family. I don't know shit about you. So guess what I do? Shut the fuck up. Cause real men, they ain't saying shit about nobody. Shut the fuck up. Cause real men don't say shit. Shut the fuck up. Cause real men, they ain't saying shit about nobody. Shut the fuck up. Cause real men don't say shit. Shut the fuck up. unless we know what we know, we shut our fucking mouths. But nowadays, there's not many real men who live by that creed. You know, if you're on social media running your fucking mouth and shit, you're just a bitch.
Correct.
Shut the fuck up. Cause real men, they ain't saying shit about nobody. Shut the fuck up. Cause real men don't say shit. Shut the fuck up. Cause real men, they ain't saying shit about nobody. Shut the fuck up. Cause real men don't say shit. You know, if you're on social media running your fucking mouth and shit, you're just a bitch.
Correct.
You're just a bitch.
Correct.
Honestly, and that's not me trying to be some after school special shit. You really are a bitch. Real men ain't doing it. Real men don't care about that gossipy bullshit. Get to work, man. That's it. Shut the fuck up. Cause real men, they ain't saying shit about nobody. Shut the fuck up. Cause real men don't say shit. Shut the fuck up. Cause real men, they ain't saying shit about nobody. Shut the fuck up. Cause real men don't say shit. A real person, a real alpha, a real go-getter, they ain't saying shit about nobody. They ain't saying shit about a real person, a real alpha, a real go-getter, they ain't saying shit about nobody. They ain't saying shit about a real person, a real alpha, a real go-getter, they ain't saying shit about nobody. They ain't saying shit about a real person, a real alpha, a real go-getter, they ain't saying shit about nobody. They ain't saying shit about nobody. Shut the fuck up!
But then when they saw the wave, it was too late.
Akira. He's got clout.
You know, when people think of the word mind control, they think of controlling other people's minds. And when I think about mind control, I think about controlling your own mind. Because while I am obviously a physical person at nature and I embrace physicality, we are our minds. What it means and where the you actually is and whether there's a soul or a brain or whatever, your heart or some other conjured up place. This is what I know, is that your mind, the thing that is listening and comprehending these words right now, that is you. And that thing, that mind, you can control. You are the machine. Mind control. You are the machine. Mind control. And you can control the machine. Mind control. You have that ability. Mind control. And then you are going to do what you want to do. And people ask me, how do I get tougher? Be tougher. They ask me, how can I wake up earlier in the morning? The answer is, wake up earlier in the morning. How can I work out consistently every single day? Work out consistently every single day. How can I stop from eating sugar? Stop eating sugar. What about the emotions? How can I stop missing that girl or that guy, whoever broke up with me? How can I stop missing them? Stop missing them. That is mind control. You have that ability. You just have to assert it. You have to decide that you're doesn't get a vote. Laziness, they don't get a vote. Sadness, no vote. Frustration, no vote. Negativity, you don't get a vote. I don't even give my temper a vote. So the next time you're feeling weak, or you're feeling lazy, or you're feeling soft, or you're feeling emotional, tell them that they don't get a vote. Tell them you are declaring martial law on your mind. You're declaring mind control. And impose what you want on your brain. Mind control. You are the machine. Mind control. And you can control the machine. Mind control. You have that ability. Mind control. And that you are going to do what you want to do. Impose the discipline and the power and the positivity and the will. And use that mind control to move your life where you want it to be. It's the things I always say. Get stronger, faster, smarter, quicker, friendlier, more helpful, more driven. Don't let your mind control you. Control your mind. And once you control your mind, then you can set it free.
She's got the wave, David.
Standby gets up. First thing, when a revolution happens, they take over the radio stations because they want to get right into the thoughts of the people. Think it's going into your brain. It's words. You ever heard of Akira The Don? Just press play. Rome wasn't built in a day. We all know that. Everyone hears that. But Rome also didn't fall apart overnight either. It took hundreds of years for Rome to reach its peak, but it also took time, hundreds of years, for Rome to decay and fall apart. And that is representative of life. You don't achieve worthwhile goals quickly or easily. They take time. They take struggle. They take relentless pursuit, day in and day out. That's what it takes. That's why I say you've got to pay attention. You have to watch every single second. Every single second, because every second counts. 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 But also, things don't usually fall apart quickly either. It's a slow process. Slip here, a little setback over there, a little wearing down of discipline and will over time. So that's the thing. Success and failure are generally slow processes, either slowly building things up or gradually tearing them down. That's why I say you've got to pay attention. That's why I say you've got to pay attention. You have to watch that second that just went by, that counted. And so did that second. And so did that one. And in those precious seconds, you were either building or you were decaying. You were either gaining ground or you were losing ground. In that second. And in every second. That's why I say you've got to pay attention. You have to watch every single second. Every single second, because every second counts. 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 So, make every second count.
You're locked into the official Meaning Wave chart countdown, now entering the top 40.
It's 44 degrees and it's nice and rainy outside. But no one cares about that. It's not about the rain. It's what the rain represents. Life was always giving you a test, trying to give you a way out, trying to give you an excuse not to show up. This is my excuse today. But guess what? You gotta have the mentality to show up every fucking day of your life, no matter what life throws at you. It's our responsibility to show up to the Coliseum of life, prepared for fucking battle. I don't care what you're going through, what life's thrown at you. It's your responsibility to find your new 100%. Take it upon yourself to do that. Stay hard. Not about the rain. It's what the rain represents. Life is always giving you a test, trying to give you a way out. It's not about the rain. It's what the rain represents. Life is always giving you a test, trying to give you a way out. So what's your fucking excuse? Is it too cold where you live? Is it too hot where you live? Does it rain too fucking much? Now it's time for some real fucking talk. Maybe you're the only black person applying for a fucking job. Maybe you're the only female. Maybe you're the only fucking gay person. Job, whatever the fuck it may be. Maybe that sits in your fucking head. Maybe that's your excuse for not being better. Life's the real big fucking picture. When I was young, all those things got in my head. Black, fucking not smart enough, single mom, all that bullshit owns space in my head. If you're allowing people and things and situations to own space in your fucking head, you're losing. Last thing, life's one big fucking head game. You play with yourself. If you lose, it's because you allow life to get in your fucking head. Stay hard. Not about the rain. It's what the rain represents. Life was always giving you a test, trying to give you a way out. It's not about the rain. It's what the rain represents. Life was always giving you a test, trying to give you a way out.
Anyway, Top 50, we got a little exclusive for you now. This is a brand new AMV for this track. It might not even be released. This is technically going to be like an in-progress visual because other things are going to be added. So, yeah, enjoy.
Default aggressive.
Akira.
The Don.
Do you know who Akira The Don is?
Of course, he's amazing. Proactive and aggressive are similar, and they are both good. You certainly have to be proactive in the world. You want to be dictating what happens, not responding to it. And yes, that means creating or controlling a situation as much as you can, but being aggressive. That means you are ready to attack. As I always point out, this doesn't mean you walk around with your chest puffed out, ready to bang heads with everyone around you. It doesn't mean you confront people physically or mentally head on without a tactically superior plan. It doesn't mean you go straight forward into conflict without thought and without reason. It doesn't mean you engage in attrition warfare. No, that is almost never smart. Default aggressive. You are going to get after it. You are going to move fast. You are going to think fast. You are going to outthink and outmaneuver the enemy. Default aggressive. You are going to get after it. You are going to move fast. You are going to think fast. You are going to outthink and outmaneuver the enemy. If I think the enemy is going to attack me, I'm going to attack them first. If I think they are going to seize a piece of terrain, I am going to be there waiting for them. If I think the enemy is going to flank me, too late, I'm already flanking them. I don't view aggression as an outward attitude. I view aggression as an internal character trait. A fire in your mind that says, I am going to win. I am going to win.
Yes, where I'm from, we have to be very aggressive.
I am going to win.
This is aggressive.
Default aggressive. You are going to get after it. You are going to move fast. You are going to think fast. You are going to outthink and outmaneuver the enemy. Default aggressive. You are going to get after it. You are going to move fast. You are going to think fast. You are going to outthink and outmaneuver the enemy. I am going to battle, and I am going to fight, and I am going to use every tool I have to crush my enemy. And that tool might be fists, but it might be guile. It might be a frontal attack, but it might be a flanking maneuver. It might be an undeniable display of force, but it also might be a subtle political maneuver.
So with an army behind you, you could be extremely political.
And that is what aggression is to me. The unstoppable fighting spirit, the drive, the burning desire to achieve mission success using every possible tool, asset, and strategy and tactic to bring about victory. Default aggressive. You are going to get after it. You are going to move fast. You are going to think fast. You are going to outthink and outmaneuver the enemy. Default aggressive. You are going to get after it. You are going to move fast. You are going to think fast. You are going to outthink and outmaneuver the enemy. And if that kind of internal, relentless aggression is your default mode, you will win.
fact that life is transient is part of its liveliness. The poets, in speaking of the transience of the world, always utter their best poetry. You know, our revels now are ended. These our actors, as I foretold you, are all spirits and are melted into air, into thin air. And like the baseless fabric of this vision, the cloud-capped towers, the gorgeous palaces, the solemn temples, the great earth itself, fie, all which it inherits will dissolve. And like this insubstantial pageant faded, leave not a rack behind. We are such stuff as dreams are made of. We are such stuff as dreams are made of. We are such stuff as dreams are made of. And our little life is rounded with a sleep. And said so well, it doesn't seem so bad after all, does it? You see, there's always in the poetry of evanescence a kind of funny nostalgia. Moralists will say, those lovely lips delight to kiss today will in a few years rot and disclose the grinning teeth of a skull. So what? The skull says, lying in the grass, chattering finch and waterfly are not merrier than I. Here among the flowers I lie, laughing everlastingly. No, I may not tell the best. Surely, friends, I could have guessed. Death was but the good king's jest. It was hid so carefully.
Akira.
The Don.
It's for the heroes.
You have to be the hero of your own story. And you can do that. You have to be the hero of your own story. And you can do that. 90% of it is just showing up. Get there and start working. Like, you're not gonna feel perfect every day. Gotta be those days you push through. This is what I want you to do. Write down what you would like to fix about your life. If you're 30 pounds overweight, you wanna lose 30 pounds? Do it the right way. Write down what you eat. Exercise every day. Force yourself to do it. The brain is the general, the troops are the body, and you get up and you do it. And then you get to write it down. You know, you're doing what you gotta do to get by, but ultimately you're not respecting yourself. I think we all have a certain amount of appreciation and respect for hero figures. We all look at the guy who never lies, always does the right thing, and fucking helps everybody out, and that's the John Wayne character, you know, that's the ultimate hero. The ultimate hero. You have to be the hero of your own story. And you can do that. You have to be the hero of your own story. And you can do that. And when you look at your own life and you don't stack up, you're a thief, you stole money from your wife's purse, and you don't want to smoke cigarettes, but you fucking have to, you can't deal with the stress and smoke. You devalue yourself. You slowly start devaluing yourself. You look at yourself and you realize that if you were judging yourself, you would judge yourself unfavorably. You can't pretend you're the hero of your story. Hero of your story. most people get stuck in these patterns, find themselves on the person who doesn't follow through on their ideas. When I start things and I quit. No, you don't. No, you have started things and you quit, and it gives you a horrible sense of regret that's made you define yourself by that. You're not who you were a year ago. You're not who you were 5 years ago. You're not who you were last week. So you gotta regulate how much you dwell on regrets of the past. You really gotta be careful. You have to be the hero of your own story. And you can do that. You have to be the hero of your own story. You can be the hero of your own story that woke up today. You can be the hero of your own story that at 40 years of age stopped, got out of bed and said, I'm not doing this anymore. I'm not doing this anymore. And I'm gonna get myself in shape and I'm gonna eat healthy. And I'm gonna do this because this is me now. This is me now. I decided this is me. And people have to realize that you are not your past. You are not all the times you fucked up. You're not all the times you were drunk. That's not you. That's not you. You are the person who's learned from a great deal of experience. This is a battle that you will fight for the rest of your life. But the key is to fight it, not to give in. Don't give in to that resistance. Fight that resistance. And in doing so, every day you do so, you have won the battle for that day. And you will continue to fight that battle. You have to be the hero of your own story. And you can do that. You have to be the hero of your own story. And you can do that. You have to be the hero of your own story. And you can do that. You have to be the hero of your own story. And you can do that. Providing you benefits, providing you a healthy work environment. Why? Well, because they want people to work for them. They don't want people to realize their own dreams and escape. They want to set it up so that you stick around. Stick around in some sort of an unsatisfying world. It's up to you to see that video game problem, to see that issue as it comes up on the map, and calculate your future.
It's a beautiful day to be alive. We give thanks to the ancestors for the miracle they bequeathed us. We vow to not squander this hitherto unimaginable opportunity. Meaning Wave.
So a lot of people can live with themselves. That's the first thing. A lot of people can live with themselves, look in the mirror and say, I'm okay with being afraid. I'm okay with going on this easy highway over here. The easy highway has all these fucking signs and shit, directions how to get somewhere. And you have to first be uncomfortable with how you feel about yourself. With that voice that a lot of us like to run away from, we all have it. We all have that voice that's saying, hey man, you know, you're kind of wimping out right now. You're kind of being a little punk right now. But a lot of us say, okay, that's okay. It's okay to tell these little white lies to ourselves. So we first have to face the real you. The real me is David Goggins. The real me is a guy looking at you right now saying, I don't want to fucking be on this show right now because I used to stutter as a kid. And I'm afraid of that. I'm afraid that here in a second, I'm gonna start fucking stammering and stuttering, and the whole world's gonna know that I have all these issues. that's when I see right now, okay, Goggins, you gotta go on this fucking show. That's Goggins. Goggins is saying, okay, David Goggins, you're a punk. Life made you this way. We can't live like this. We can't live in fear. We can't live in judgment. We can't be afraid of what the fuck people right now are looking at me saying about me. We cannot be afraid of that. That's Goggins. Goggins saying, fuck all of you who don't like me, who don't want to, and that person then comes in. But you have to be David Goggins and say, man, I'm afraid of this. I'm fucked up here. Life made me this way here. I stutter. I have these issues with reading and writing, and I'm fat and I'm insecure. You have to face that in that dark room. In that dark room is who you are. But in that dark room is where you have to create another human being that walks out of that dark room to face who you are. That's Goggins. That's Goggins. That's Goggins. That's Goggins. That's the only way you're gonna get over all those things. You have to create someone else. Not like you have two different personalities. It is you, but you have to find strength. And that visualization of almost me cracking out Goggins, almost like that Superman cape, like I'm coming out a different person, a person that doesn't give a fuck about anything, who doesn't care about being judged, who knows I'm weak, who knows I'm afraid, who says whatever you think about me, take it, whatever, I'm here. That's Goggins. In the dark room, you face yourself, you realize you want to be better, you realize you don't want to be this weak, insecure person in the world who has all these problems that we all have. We all have. Social media is a great platform to tell you who we want to be, not who we are. That's Goggins. That's Goggins. That's Goggins. That's Goggins.
Because happiness is a side effect of meaning.
Akira.
He's got clout.
Everybody's different. Everybody's similar, but everybody's different. And your attitude has a giant effect, not just on your life, but on other people's lives around you. That's the other thing about it. Those I can't catch a break guys, get them the fuck away from me. I can't be around those guys. I don't want to hear that shit. I don't want to hear that shit. Get them the fuck away from me. Get them the fuck away from me. Get them the fuck away from me. I don't want to hear that shit. Get them the fuck away from me. Get them the fuck away from me. Get them the fuck away from me. I don't want to hear that shit. I don't buy it. Because everybody has bad breaks. I've had a shit ton of bad breaks. But you know what I did? Stayed up. And I thought through it. And I figured out what the fuck I did wrong. And then I went back. It's like I fucked up everything I've ever done 100 times. And there's no other way to do it.
But you gotta realize when you have those shitty breaks what that is.
It's an opportunity for you to reassess, reboot, get better, figure out another way, find another way through. It's just challenges. And the people that look at those challenges and go, why do I always have these challenges? They're cancer. Those people are dangerous to be around. They will rob you of your enthusiasm. They don't give you any fuel. They're the opposite of fuel. The fuel people kicking ass. The people that are out there just fucking hustling. Always getting things done. done. Always getting things done. My friend Jocko, every morning I'll check his Instagram page, 4:30, shows a picture of his watch. Get after it. Get after it. He's out there working out 4:30 in the morning. He does it every fucking morning. Why? Because he doesn't want to. That's how you do it. You go and get after it, you don't make any excuses. And those kind of guys are fuel. But those I can't catch a break guys, they're the opposite of fuel. They're just pissing on your fire. They're no fun. Get them the fuck away from me. I can't be around those guys. I don't want to hear that shit. I don't want to hear that shit. Get them the fuck away from me. Get them the fuck away from me. Get them the fuck away from me. I don't want to hear that shit. Get them the fuck away from me. Get them the fuck away from me. Get them the fuck away from me. I don't want to hear that shit. 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 Get them the fuck away from me. The people that surround them are all idiots. Because only idiots want to be around I can't catch a break guy. Only the dummies stick around. After a while, even if they're your good friend, you gotta be like, bro, you gotta fucking stop. You gotta stop with all this I can't catch a break bullshit. All the time you're complaining, you could be instead hustling. You could be instead chasing your dream. You could be instead figuring out what you're doing wrong, trying to improve certain aspects of your life, getting your shit together, reading a book, meditating, something. Fucking something. Something. Fucking something. But this I can't catch a break shit is not helping anybody. And it pushes everybody away from you. Get them the fuck away from me. I can't be around those guys. I don't want to hear that shit. I don't want to hear that shit. Get them the fuck away from me. Get them the fuck away from me. Get them the fuck away from me. I don't want to hear that shit. Get them the fuck away from me. Get them the fuck away from me. Get them the fuck away from me. I don't want to hear that shit. 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 Get them the fuck away from me.
As it is the wave of the future.
Jocko, focus in a battle is easy. How do you keep focus in a long war?
Akira.
Well, that can definitely be true. It can be pretty easy to focus on the battle that's right in front of your face. And when you're doing that, sometimes you can lose track of the long-term goal. The long-term goal. The long-term goal. Make it happen. Make it happen. The long-term goal. The long-term goal. Never lose sight of it. Ever. I want to have that long-term goal so embedded in my mind that I never lose sight of it. Ever. And those little tasks and projects and short-term goals that you tackle, they need to lead toward that strategic victory. Winning the long war. The long-term goal. The long-term goal. Make it happen. Make it happen. The long-term goal. The long-term goal. want the shortcut to the winner's podium. And sometimes, you know, when we don't get that short-term glory that we want, we lose track of those long-term goals. And you look up in 6 weeks or in 6 months or in 6 years, and you've made no progress. None. You never moved. You might even be further from your goal than you were. Why? Why did you let that happen? It's because you lost sight of that. The long-term goal. Make it happen. Make it happen. The long-term goal. The long-term goal. Never lose sight of it. Ever. And at some point, after you lose sight of that goal and years have gone by, you think to yourself, maybe I can't. Maybe I can't do it. And so you give up. You let it fade. And you settle. You settle for mediocrity. You settle for average. You settle for, oh well. But no. Don't do that. Embed that long-term goal in your mind. Burn it into your soul. Think about it, write about it, talk about it, hang it up on your wall. But most important, do something about it. Do something about it every day. Do something that moves you toward that goal, that keeps the goal alive and in sight and in focus. However small or insignificant that step might seem, take it, do it, do that little piece. Make it happen. Make it happen. Because that goal isn't going to achieve itself. It's all on you.
MEANINGWAVE, helping you achieve your potential in this lifetime.
You once said that if you were growing up in this generation that you would have a field day because you would take their souls. What did you mean by that?
The younger generation quits. Not everybody. So I gotta put it. People get their butt hurt. So not everybody. Most of this generation quits the second they get talked to. It's so easy to be great nowadays. Most people are weak. This is a softened generation. So if you have any mental toughness, any ability, if you have any fraction of self-discipline, the ability to not want to do it but still do it. And I hate to run. And what makes me so crazy, people go, well, why do you run if you hate it? What are you talking about? I don't want to take showers and eat either. I hate that too. That's life, man. It wasn't until I changed that mentality that I became somebody. I hated going to school, so guess what? I was dumb as shit. 1 + 1 is 2. But if you can get through to doing things that you hate to do, on the other side is greatness. 1 + 1 is 2. But if you can get through to doing things that you hate to do, on the other side is greatness. On the other side is greatness. 1 + 1 is 2. But if you can get through to doing things that you hate to do, on the other side is greatness. the other side is greatness. That's what people are saying. By me running, I am calloused in my mind. I'm not training for a race. I'm training for life. I'm training for the time when I get that 2 o'clock in the morning call that my mom is dead or something happens tragic in life. I don't fall apart. I'm training my mind and my body and my spirit so it's all one, so I can handle what life is going to throw at me. Because the life I've lived throws a whole bunch at you. And if you're not physically and mentally prepared for that, you're just going to crumble. 1 plus 1 is 2. But if you can get through to doing things that you hate to do, on the other side is greatness. On the other side is greatness. 1 plus 1 is 2. But if you can get through to doing things that you hate to do, on the other side is greatness. On the other side is greatness.
Favorite artist?
His name is Alan Watts. Do you know him?
And so that is a nice little tangle. If I put this in the language of Oriental philosophy and religion, it would be something like this. The Buddha said that wisdom must come only from the abandonment of selfish craving or desire. The Buddha said that wisdom must come only from the abandonment of selfish craving or desire. One who abandons that desire attains nirvana, which is supreme peace, liberation. Nirvana means in Sanskrit, blow out. That is, exhale the breath. Exhale the breath. The opposite, desire, is to breathe in. Now if you breathe in and hold it, you lose your breath. But if you breathe out, it comes back to you. It comes back to you. The Buddha said that wisdom must come only from the abandonment of selfish craving or desire. The Buddha said that wisdom must come only from the abandonment of selfish craving or desire. So the principle here is, if you want life, don't cling to it. Let go. Let go. But the problem is, if I desire not to desire, is that not already desire? How can I desire not to desire? How can I surrender myself when myself is precisely an urge to hold on, to cling to life, to continue to survive. To survive. To survive. The Buddha said that wisdom must come only from the abandonment of selfish craving or desire. Yoda said that wisdom must come only from the abandonment of selfish craving or desire. I can see rationally that by clinging to myself I may strangle myself. I may be like a person who has a bad habit, as a result of which he is committing suicide. And he knows that, but can't give it up, because the means of death are so sweet.
I am the wave that will wash clean this unclean world.
There's times where you're gonna have to do it alone. There's not gonna be any team support. There's not gonna be any family support. There's not gonna be any friend support. There's gonna be times where you've got to go and do it yourself when you gotta do it alone. And those are the times that make a difference. Those are the times that count. Those are the times where you have to dig deep yourself to get the job done. And if you can make that happen, you will win. And if you can make that happen, you're gonna have to do it alone. You're gonna have to do it alone. Yeah. There's times where you're gonna have to do it alone. You're gonna have to do it alone. Let's think about those attributes that a warrior is supposed to have. Courage, self-confidence, self-discipline. What's interesting about those attributes is they're not inherited. They're not passed down in your genes. You don't get personal courage from your mom and dad. You don't get self-confidence from your genetic gene pool. And you damn sure don't get self-discipline in your bloodstream. These are choices that you make. You choose to be courageous. You choose to have confidence. And most important, you choose. You make the choice to be disciplined, to have self-discipline. And you make the choice to be disciplined, to have self-discipline. There's times where you're gonna have to do it alone. There's times where you're gonna have to do it alone.
You're locked in to the official MEANINGWAVE chart countdown, now entering the top 30.
Who's gonna carry the votes? Who's gonna carry the votes?
Akira.
So do you know why I demand that? Not for me. The reason why I demand that is because I know what darkness looks like. I know what darkness looks like. I know what it feels like to be alone, with no motivation, no drive, no passion. And what has to come out of your fucking soul in the darkest of times is what you just did right there. So that's what I do. For the first 20-some years of my life, it was just darkness. But if you are able to get up every morning, have no passion, no drive, no motivation, no shit, and still get up with that kind of fire, you will be successful in life. I guarantee you that. I know what darkness looks like. I know what it feels like to be alone, with no motivation, no drive, no passion. I know what darkness looks like. So that's what I do. I get up every morning with that kind of fire. You want to be that one motherfucker that every day, whether it's raining, snowing, sleeting, you lost every dime, your mom died, your dad died, you come and you bring the energy that it takes at the highest fucking level every day. That's the person you want to be every day of your life. I know what darkness looks like. I know what it feels like to be alone, with no motivation, no drive, no passion. I know what darkness looks like. So that's what I do. I get up every morning with that kind of fire. 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 That kind of fire.
Make mine meaning wave.
I'm pretty happy. I got a good job. I got a good family. I got a nice house. I'm in pretty good shape. Sometimes I skip workouts, and sometimes I sleep in, and sometimes I eat bad. And how can I find more discipline?
Akira.
You could be lying to yourself. That could be the problem. How is that? You can be lying to yourself by saying, I'm really happy. That can be a lie. And there's a chance you are, right? There's a chance. I got a good job. I got a good family. I got a house. I'm in pretty good shape. There's a chance. And if that's the scenario, good. You know what? Don't worry about getting more discipline. You're happy. You got a good job. You got a good family. You got a house. You got a car. Everything's good. That's fine. But there's a chance that that's not fine. There's a chance that you're lying to yourself. Because you know you could be better. And there's something in your mind that's saying you could be better. And you know it. And you know that the way you could get better, and the way you could do better, and the way you could be more is by having more discipline. So, discipline is rooted in the truth we tell ourselves. Don't lie to yourself. Don't lie to yourself. Discipline is rooted in the truth we tell ourselves. Don't lie to yourself. Don't lie to yourself. Because if you tell yourself the truth, if you tell yourself the truth, and the truth is, I'm not happy with where I'm at. That's the truth. The truth is, I can do more. The truth is, I can be in better shape. The truth is, I can work harder than I'm working right now. The truth is, I can do more for my family. The truth
for something and you didn't think you were ready and you couldn't sleep and you wake up in the morning because it's happening? Isn't that interesting? So, when you're going through life and you truly feel like you could do better and you could do more and you truly feel that way and you think about that, you're gonna have a hard time sleeping. Discipline is rooted in the truth we tell ourselves. Don't lie to yourself. Don't lie to yourself. Discipline is rooted in the truth we tell ourselves. Don't lie to yourself. Don't lie to yourself. Discipline is rooted in the truth we tell ourselves. Don't lie to yourself. Don't lie to yourself. Discipline is rooted in the truth we tell ourselves. Don't lie to yourself. Don't lie to yourself. If you lie to yourself and say, you know what, I'm good to go. Like, I'm not worried about this operation. We're good to go. I know everything will probably go fine. Sleep all night like a little baby. If you lie to yourself and you're like, I'm in pretty good shape, my family's doing fine, I like this house that I'm in. If that's the lie that you're telling yourself, maybe you can sleep just fine. And maybe it's hard to be disciplined. So what you need to do is you need to tell yourself the truth about what the hell is going on in your life. Do an assessment. Break out a piece of paper and start to write down these things that you claim to be happy about. Pull the stops off. Like, okay, if I could have any house I wanted, is this house the house I wanted? Is it? Is it really? You sure about that? Hey, I'm in pretty good shape right now. You sure about that? If I could snap my fingers in a different physical shape, is this what I would choose? Or would I want to be a little bit better? Would I want to be stronger, faster? Then you gotta ask yourself, you sure about that? Discipline is rooted in the truth we tell ourselves. Don't lie to yourself. Don't lie to yourself. Discipline is rooted in the truth we tell ourselves. Don't lie to yourself. Don't lie to yourself. Discipline is rooted in the truth we tell ourselves. Don't lie to yourself. Don't lie to yourself. Discipline is rooted in the truth we tell ourselves. Don't lie to yourself. Don't lie to yourself. The truth about the situation that you're in. That's what we need to do. That's what we need to do. And it should hurt a little bit. It should hurt a little bit. There should be aspects of your life that you know you can improve upon. That should hurt a little bit. Here's the cool thing. Take ownership of those things and guess what? Doesn't hurt at all. Now guess who's in control? You are. Does complacency come with age, and do I have the urge to back off? Negative. Back off? Not happening. I hear that I'm over 40, I'm pushing 50, whatever. Bring it. Back off? Negative. Not happening. In fact, I'm stepping it up. Training harder, eating cleaner. I'm training more. I'm learning and reading and studying more now than I ever have in my whole life. Do I get dinged up? Of course I do. Do I take some injuries? Yeah. You know what? No factor. No factor. Deal with them. What? You know what I hear? I hear the clock ticking. That's what I hear. And the end is nigh. And time waits for no man. There, 18 years old, 20 years old, 24 years old. Listen, life goes by, and it goes by quick. Don't waste those years. backing off. No slack whatsoever. Fight. Fight that ticking clock with everything you got. So, like the end of a hard day, you can put your head down with ease, satisfied that you're giving your best. Fight. Fight that ticking clock with everything you got. Fight. Fight that ticking clock with everything you got. 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 Every fight. Fight that ticking clock with everything you got. 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 Every fight. Fight that ticking clock with everything you got.
You're listening to the MEANINGWAVE Top 50.
Never regard something as doing you good if it makes you break your word or lose your self-respect. That makes you hate, suspect or execrate. It can't be doing you good if it makes you act a hypocrite or to desire for anything best done behind closed doors. A man who puts first his own mind and divinity and the holy rights of its excellence makes no scene, no wailing, no gnashing of teeth, no anything. Needs no solitude nor no company. Above all, you'll be free from fear and desire, from fleeing or flying from death, carrying how many hours your soul in your body got left. If it's time for you to go, leave willingly, even if you must depart immediately. You will go readily, as if you were going to do anything that can be done with order and with decency, and concentrate on this your whole life long. The state your mind is in is never foreign to a reasonable social being. Never regard something as doing you good if it makes you break your word or lose your self-respect. That makes you hate, suspect or execrate. It can't be doing you good if it makes you act a hypocrite or to desire for anything best done behind closed doors. In the mind of one chastened and purified, no wound, no abscess you will find. His life's not cut short by death, in the manner of an actor who left before he played his role, before the story's told, before the play is over, before the curtain falls. In him is nothing servile, no lies, no exaggerations, no clinging or disdain, no excuses or evasions. Never regard something as doing you good if it makes you break your word or lose your self-respect. That makes you hate, suspect or execrate. It can't be doing you good if it makes you act a hypocrite or to desire for anything best done behind closed doors.
is a form of rebellion. And guess what? You're the one that loses. So instead of doing that kind of rebellion, rebel by winning. Rebel by winning. Rebel by winning. Winning. Rebel by getting smarter. Rebel by working harder. Rebel by being stronger. Rebel by winning.
Instead of going backward, instead of decaying, get stronger, get better, grow and learn and develop and live. Live in defiance of the weakness, in rebellion against the decay. Fight them as they creep in with their offers of instant gratification and immediate rewards. Fight them for every inch they try to take. Do not surrender any ground ever. Hold the line. Hold the line.
Rebel by winning. Rebel by winning. Winning. Rebel by getting smarter. Rebel by working harder. Rebel by being stronger. Rebel by winning. Rebel by winning. Rebel by winning. Winning. Rebel by getting smarter. Rebel by working harder. Rebel by being stronger. Rebel by winning.
I'm by winning. I win here and I win there. Now what? Let's just do it. Let's make this thing head on. You were in it to win it. It's just winning or you're losing. Nothing in between. Winning.
You ever heard of Akira The Don?
So I wake up early. I wake up at 4:45. I like to have that psychological win over the enemy. The enemy. When I wake up in the morning and I don't know why, I'm thinking about the enemy. And what they're doing. And I know I'm not active duty anymore, but it's still in there that there's a guy that's in a cave somewhere and he's rocking back and forth and he's got a machine gun in one hand and a grenade in the other hand and he's waiting for me. And we're gonna meet. The enemy. The enemy. When I wake up in the morning and I don't know why, I'm thinking about the enemy. And when I wake up in the morning, active, I'm thinking to myself, what can I do to be ready for that moment, which is coming. Which is coming. The part of the world that I've seen is a very dark place. It's a dark place. That's what war is. War is. War is. War is. War is. The enemy. The enemy. When I wake up in the morning and I don't know why, I'm thinking about the enemy. like a warrior. That to me is success. And those guys are my heroes.
At a time. Now that represents a lot of calluses. America the Beautiful is not an accomplished fact guaranteed to remain intact. God shed his grace on thee, to be sure, but this was wasteland when God had it to himself. He handed man a hoe and said, "You want another Eden? All right, earn it." And all that's necessary for the weeds to take over again is for you and me to lay down that hoe. Work, 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 hard work. There is no gospel less popular than the gospel of hard work. Work, 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 hard work. There is no gospel less popular. Get to work, get to work. We tell our young people how our country was carved out of the wilderness. No, it wasn't. Our nation was hammered and hoed and chopped and dug and sawed and clawed out of the wilderness by barehanded men who asked nothing for nothing. America did not start out with an agricultural production of the awe and envy of the world. It was seeded first by sod-busting farmers who fought Indians and ranchers and cold and heat and drought and bugs and flood and one another. The fruited plain sprang forth from barren acres only after they had been watered with a lot of sweat. Work, 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 hard work. There is no gospel less popular than the gospel of hard work. Work, 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 hard work. There is no gospel less popular. Get to work, get to work. I guess what I'm saying is that the more history I study, ours and others, the more certain I am that there is one fertilizer essential to the survival of civilization, and that fertilizer is sweat. And I don't mean perspiration, I mean the kind of steamy, streamy, salty sweat that's wrung from a man by hard physical work. Somehow, the sweat gets into the soil of a farm or a factory, or a city, or a state, or a nation, and everything thereabouts grows tall and strong and tough enough to stand against any storm. But the day the sweat dries up, the soil dries up. And whole civilizations are buried in dust. Work, 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 hard work. There is no gospel less popular than the gospel of hard work. Work, 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 hard work. There is no gospel less popular. Get to work, get to work. Get to work.
Good morning, universe. It's a beautiful day to be alive. You could have been born at any point in history, but you're here today, and there is never been a better day to be alive. We are broadcasting live from the peak of recorded human civilization, and you're listening to Sauce Wave Radio. And coming up next, we have the brand new single from Akira The Don. This is The Golden Age.
I woke up today, guess I've been away. What you gonna do? What you gonna say? I don't wanna be one of them anyway. I knew it from the start, just look at what we made. Stepping into my life and I'm not afraid at all. Cause we believe in us, and we believe in love, and we know it's about to be a golden age. It's the golden age. I've been in LA, grateful for the day. I've been to the moon, I've been cleaning up my room. I don't wanna be one of them anyway. I knew it from the start, just look at what we made. Stepping into my life and I'm not afraid at all. Cause we believe in us, and we believe in love, and we know it's about to be a golden age. It's the golden age.
Bitches. Uncle Joey here slinging dick and giving out balloons, you understand?
Akira.
The Don.
He's got clout.
Because I'm going to say the exact opposite of what today's world is saying. So we read a bunch of books nowadays. As humans, we want to find out how to be someone else. What we don't do is we don't go inside. So literally turn yourself inside out. Like we're writing a book every day of our lives, but we never read that book. You have to look inside of yourself to see what you really want. What are you passionate about? We use these words and these little phrases of only the strong survive and all this other crap. They're all just fucking words. I get so tired of hearing people just talking. Like right now, someone may think Goggins is just talking. You don't know me. So when I speak from passion. I speak from experience. I speak from suffering. I speak from suffering. The only way you're ever going to get to the other side of this journey is you have got to suffer. To grow. To grow, you must suffer. I speak from suffering. Some people will get it, and some people won't. But they have to see what their journey is to start their journey. Several people live to be 100 years old, and they have great lives. And they have great kids. Their kids go to college and all sorts of stuff. But somewhere in their life, there was a point where they had a decision to make. They can go left or right on this path. They can go left or right on this path. Left was the easy route. Right was the hard route. A lot of people take the easy route. And they had a good life that way. But the better life was going to the right side. And you may have 20 years of pain and suffering to get past it, but a lot of us die never truly starting our journey. So you gotta start your journey. It may suck, but it will come out the other side where you're coasting. I speak from suffering. I speak from suffering. The only way you're ever going to get to the other side of this journey is you have got to suffer. To grow. To grow, you must suffer. I speak from suffering. Every day, we're seeing who we are as people. When I was growing up, I lied for people to accept me because I didn't accept myself. So I would make up stories so that you would accept me into your world. Everything I did was for someone else to like me. It wasn't until I started reading my own book about how pathetic I was as a human being. I could blame my dad, I can blame kids at school, I could blame having health issues, ADD, my mom not being around. Great mom, but she was doing her thing. I could blame a lot of people. And that's the book I was reading. And I put it off on everybody else. It wasn't until I said, you know what? For me to fix this, I gotta read what the fuck is wrong with David Goggins. And I blame anybody. Read my book, it's okay. I'm afraid of my shadow. How can I overcome that? Go in the military, get your ass kicked, do things you hate to do. Be uncomfortable every fucking day of your life. Roger that. I'm not the smartest kid in the world. Okay. Instead of somebody saying, oh no, you're smart. No, don't say that to yourself. I said to myself, no, I'm a dumb motherfucker. Okay, roger that. How you get smarter? Educate yourself. So the things that we run from, we're running from the truth. We're running from the truth, man. So the only way I became successful was going towards the truth. As painful and as brutal as it is, it changed me. It allowed me to become, in my own right, who I am today. I speak from suffering. I speak from suffering. The only way you're ever going to get to the other side of this journey is you have got to suffer. To grow. To grow, you must suffer. I speak from suffering.
And I think they would also benefit from checking out a burgeoning musical talent, Akira The Don.
I see your talents have gone beyond the mere physical level. Your skills are now at the point of spiritual insight. What is the highest technique you hope to achieve?
To have no technique. To have no technique.
Very good. What are your thoughts when facing an opponent?
There is no opponent. Because the word I does not exist. It does not exist. There is no opponent. Because the word I does not exist. It does not exist. A good fight should be like a small play, but played seriously. A good martial artist does not become tense, but ready. Ready. Not thinking yet, not dreaming. Ready for whatever may come. There is no opponent. Because the word I does not exist. It does not exist. There is no opponent. Because the word I does not exist. It does not exist. When the opponent expands, I contract. When he contracts, I expand. And when there is an opportunity, I do not hit. It hits all by itself. It hits all by itself. It hits all by itself. It hits all by itself.
You're locked into the official MEANINGWAVE chart countdown, now entering the top 20.
Weakness. Do I have weakness? I am nothing but weakness.
Akira.
I'm not naturally strong or fast or flexible. I'm certainly not the smartest person in the world. I get emotional over stupid things. I eat the wrong foods. I don't sleep enough. I procrastinate and I waste time. I care too much about meaningless things and not enough about important things. My ego is too big. My mind is too small. Often trapped inside itself. Now, all that being said, I have a saying. A person's strength is often their biggest weakness, but their weaknesses can become strengths. Me, I am weak. In all those ways, I am weak. But I don't accept that. Weakness. Do I have weakness? I am nothing but weakness. But I don't accept that. Weakness. Do I have weakness? I am nothing but weakness. But I don't accept that. I don't accept that I am what I am, and that is what I am doomed to be. No, I do not accept that. I'm fighting. I'm always fighting. I'm struggling and I'm scraping and kicking and clawing at those weaknesses to change them, to stop them. Some days I win, but some days I don't. But each and every day I get back up and I move forward with my fists clenched toward the battle, toward the struggle. And I fight with everything I've got to overcome those weaknesses and those shortfalls and those flaws as I strive to be just a little bit better today. when you fail. You know, recently we reviewed that U.S. Army field manual from like World War II era, and it says in that manual, it says, other than death, all failure is psychological. Other than death, all failure is psychological. Other than death, all failure is psychological. Think about that. Just think about that. This failure, this upset, this catastrophe. If you aren't dead, then it's just psychological. It's in your head. It's in your head. If you aren't dead, it's in your head. Other than death, all failure is psychological. Other than death, all failure is psychological. Now, this does not mean that you won't lose some battles, because you will. We all will. But it does mean that as long as you don't surrender, as long as you don't give up, as long as you don't quit, then you haven't failed. This means you've made a temporary tactical retreat. It means you've made a brief withdrawal so that you can regroup and reattack. Other than death, all failure is psychological. Other than death, all failure is psychological. So, as far as I'm concerned, if you get beat, unless you're dead, you are not defeated. And you have not failed. What you've done is you've learned. You've gained experience. And you're still alive. And you have memories to make. So get up. And go get after it.
So also music is a kind of non-purposive thing, because you don't either play music to reach a destination, nor do you dance to reach a particular place on the floor. It is the doing of it itself that is important. Music. It is the doing of it itself that is important. Music. It is the doing of it itself that is important. Music. It is the doing of it itself that is important. Music. It is the doing of it itself that is important. Because after all, if the object of music were to gain a certain destination, those orchestras that played fastest would be considered the best. The best.
Akira.
Dancing and music, more than other arts, represent the nature of this world. The nature of this world. That it is playful, that it is sport. That it may be sincere, but is definitely not serious. And as G.K. Chesterton well put it once, the angels fly because they take themselves lightly.
Music. It is the doing of it itself that is important. Music. It is the doing of it itself that is important. Music. It is the doing of it itself that is important. Music.
The angels fly because they take themselves lightly. The angels fly because they take themselves lightly. The angels fly because they take themselves lightly.
World exclusive for you here. Never before done, never before seen. This is a brand new music video. It's not quite finished. You get to see a not quite finished music video.
Break the old you. It takes power. It takes effort to break the old you. It takes power. It takes discipline to break the old you, to break those habits, to break free of the chains that have been holding you back. Break the old you. That's where it takes the most effort. And then once you climb up and you start to get altitude, you start to get elevation, gravity becomes weaker. Your old, weaker self doesn't have the same influence that it had. Break the old you. It takes power. It takes effort to break the old you. It takes power. It takes discipline to break the old you. To break those habits. To break free of the chains that have been holding you back. Holding you back. Break the old you. But that hardest part of changing is breaking that gravitational force in the beginning. This stationary inertia of habit that's been controlling you for 7, 10, 15 years. Leave your weak old self behind and go. Get after it. Break the old you. It takes power. It takes effort to break the old you. It takes power. It takes discipline to break the old you. To break those habits. To break free of the chains that have been holding you back. Holding you back. Break the old you. Go down swinging. You gotta go down swinging. And I'll tell you this: if you fight with all you've got, more often than not, you won't go down at all. You win. But you gotta make that attitude part of your everyday life. The extra rep, the extra mile, the extra round, the right choices to make yourself stronger mentally and physically. Stand and fight. Fight against weakness and against fear. And fight against time and decay. Fight back. Go down swinging. every bead of sweat, and every drop of blood, till your last breath. And then, and only then, you can stand down. You can stand down. You can put down your sword, and you can put down your shield. And rest. In peace. Go down swinging. Go down swinging. And give every day everything you've got. Everything you've got. Everything you've got. Everything you've got. Go down swinging.
Like everyone agrees, like Akira is special.
Does discipline ever fail you? No. Actually, discipline does not fail me. I fail discipline. That's what happens on days where I veer off the path and on to the slippery slope of weakness. It isn't discipline's fault. It is my fault. I'm the one that's being weak. It is my fault. I'm the one that's not holding the line. I'm the one that is deciding to take the short-term gratification instead of the long-term domination. When I make that error, when I let discipline down, there's only one thing to do. And that's get back on the path. Get back on it. Get back on the path. Get back on it. Get back on the path. Get back on it. Step it up and go harder and push for it. Get back on the path. Get back on it. When laziness creeps in, it's not discipline that opened the door. It's me. It's me. Rationalizing and explaining and justifying that laziness. When I decide to take the easy path instead of the righteous path of discipline, that is my decision. That's all on me. That's all on me. It's me deciding to cave to my weaknesses and become a slave to them. And when I make that error, when I let discipline down, there's only one thing to do. Get back on it. Get back on the path. Get back on it. Get back on the path. Get back on it. Step it up and go harder and push for me. Get back on the path. Get back on it. And pay for your transgressions. Cleanse yourself in the fire and the suffering of the discipline and get back on the path. The hard, unrelenting path of discipline. That path that leads to freedom.
Was that you just heard?
That's MEANINGWAVE, a new kind of music created by the brilliant British musician Akira The Don.
When everything falls apart in your life and your plan is fucked up, what the fuck are you gonna do? There's only one motherfucking option. Stay fucking hard. Stay fucking hard. So I'm here, minding my fucking business, trying to relax. The driver has his playlist on mute, so he can't hear any music. Me and my girl are here talking. She glances over at the fucking playlist. What pops up? Fucking going the distance. It brings me back when I was 300 pounds, trying to lose fucking weight to get a Navy SEAL. I had a plan. My plan was to go out there and run 4 fucking miles. But guess what? Everybody's got a fucking plan so you can hit in the fucking mouth. That's from Mike Tyson. So when your plan fails, when those bolts and fucking logs get too heavy, when you get knocked the fuck down on the fucking canvas, when everything falls apart in your life and your plan is fucked up, what the fuck are you gonna do? There's only one motherfucking option. Stay fucking hard. Stay fucking hard. Stay fucking hard. Stay fucking hard. I go to all these fucking conventions, speak all the fucking time. I look in the fucking audience and these people sign up fucking every year to go to a convention, thinking they're gonna learn something fucking different. No, you're lazy. You know exactly what to do. Exactly what to do. You know what you gotta do. Do it. There is no get out of jail free card. This is why I say stay hard. Because when you weren't given the gifts, the only thing you can do in life is stay hard. I know people can't stand this talk. There's no magic pill or a magic potion. This is all you can do. When everything falls apart in your life and your plan is fucked up, what the fuck are you gonna do? There's only one motherfucking option. Stay fucking hard. Stay fucking hard. Stay fucking hard. Stay fucking hard.
MEANINGWAVE, because music is everything.
What separates me from a lot of people is they go into a daunting task, and the task is overwhelming.
Akira.
And I heard the pull-up record was 4,020 pull-ups, and I was talking about breaking this record. People are like, oh my God. I went right to a pen and paper. Like, what are you doing? I'm doing the math, man. I'm doing the math, man. What are you talking about? I'm doing the math, man. I'm open-minded to the fact that, okay, if I do 5 pull-ups in a minute for so many hours, I can get so many pull-ups in. How much time do I have to rest? I was breaking the math down. You have to be open-minded to the possibilities that I can do this. Once you shut your mind down to the possibility that it can be achieved, there's no way it can happen. So that's why my eyes and my body light up about things, because I know that if you're in a fight, you have to attack. You have to keep attacking. The enemy has to know he is not going to give up. The enemy has to know he is not going to give up. You must break the soul of whatever the fuck is in front of you. 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 The enemy has to know he is not going to give up. You must break the soul of whatever the fuck is in front of you. That's what I realized. I was never breaking the soul of anything in front of me. So that's why I came with this thing called taking souls. I started to devise ways to break
a soul of a human being, of an object, of whatever's in front of me. If you keep on attacking something, nothing wants to stand in front of anything that is relentless. Nothing. That's when a lot of stuff started clicking, man. I started watching those instructors on the side. They've been there, done that. Now they're instructing you. They have their parkas on, it's usually cold, coffee, drinking their coffee, and they're beating the crap out of us. And when I started realizing, I started playing mind games. And I was like, you know what? I bet these fuckers are looking at us, judging themselves about when they were going through Hell Week. About looking at Goggins right now, I was better than him. I was better than that guy, I was better than that fucker over there. And I was like, okay. So what I started doing was I got my boat crew. It's Wednesday and everybody's broken, everybody's beat up, man, and everybody's like just trying to get through Hell Week now. And they tell you how you're supposed to feel. So you are feeling that way. I was like, don't let these motherfuckers tell you how you're supposed to feel. No, it's day one, motherfucker. This is hour one. So I was getting my boat crew all jacked up. I said, we're gonna take these motherfuckers' souls. So they had us doing this simple thing that guys are struggling with. Boat Crew 2 was just launching the fucking boat and you're yelling, yeah, you can't fucking hurt us. You can't hurt Boat Crew 2. And I looked on the instructors' faces and it looked like someone had just fucked with their soul. And I looked at my guys in the boat crew and I said, hey, guess what? Those motherfuckers aren't fucking tonight. Cause we own space in their fucking head. We own space. They're gonna think about us tonight. The enemy has to know he is not going to give up. The enemy has to know he is not going to give up. He must break the soul, whatever the fuck is in front of him. 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 The enemy has to know he is not going to give up. He must break the soul, whatever the fuck is in front of him. And we start fueling off of that. We start fueling off the fact that, man, it takes 1 second of energy to steal everybody's. And then you have all the energy you need. That's all you need. You need to look at someone's eyes. You know how it is when you fight somebody and you broke that motherfucker. He's like, oh God, man, I don't want to go back to the next round. And you feel like, my God, I can fight all day. That's what taking souls is. But you have to have the will, the heart, the courage to go that distance when you're exactly jacked up. You have nothing left to give. And give more. You know how you get that fight or flight response when you get to move real quick? I started learning the mind a lot, how to get myself jacked extremely fast in a horrible environment when everybody's miserable. I learned how to really find strength in the misery. This is where I shine. And I started using all that misery for tons and tons of drive and motivation to then lead people further. Because you can get a lot of power through misery. And once people see that, my God, Goggins is fucking going, then everybody says, roger that. I started realizing that if you can just find strength just a little bit longer, you will have a crew of people following you along the way. The enemy has to know he is not going to give up. The enemy has to know he is not going to give up. You must break the soul, whatever the fuck is in front of you. 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 The enemy has to know he is not going to give up. You must break the soul, whatever the fuck is in front of you. You have to take great pleasure in the fact that no one wants to be where the fuck you're at right now. Great pleasure, man. It has to bring a passion out of you. It has to bring something very, very weird out of you, man. Like, you know, people don't really understand what that is. When you're in the worst environment possible, the worst situation possible, and everybody's looking like, God, man, I hope this ends. And you see that. Time slows down and you see that. You're feeling that. Everybody has that look on their face like, God, this gotta go. I don't want to be anymore. This is where I shine. This is where I shine.
Follow me. It is
distinguished psychiatrist, wrote a wonderful book called Man's Search for Himself. And in this book he says, the opposite of courage in our society is not cowardice, it is conformity. The opposite of courage in our society is not cowardice, it is conformity. And there you have the trouble today. Conformity. People acting like everyone else. Without knowing why, without knowing where they're going. Now think of it. In America right now, there are over 14 million people 65 years of age and over. And about 13 million of these 14 million are broke. They're dependent on someone else for life's necessities. Now we learn to read by the time we're 7. We learn to make a living by the time we're 25. And yet by the time we're 65, we haven't learned how to become financially independent in the richest land that has ever been known. Why? We conform. We conform. We conform. The opposite of courage in our society is not cowardice. It is conformity. The opposite of courage in our society is not cowardice. It is conformity. And the trouble is that we're acting like the wrong percentage group, the 95% who don't succeed. Now, why do these people conform? Well, they don't know really. These people believe that their lives are shaped by circumstances, by things that happen to them, by exterior forces. They're outer-directed people. A survey was made one time that covered a lot of men, working men, and these men were asked this question. Why do you work? Why do you get up in the morning? 19 out of 20 had no idea. If you ask them, they'll say everyone goes to work in the morning. And that's the reason they do it. Because everyone else is doing it. The opposite of courage in our society is not cowardice. It is conformity. The opposite of courage in our society is not cowardice. It is conformity.
Is this what they did to you? Is this how they tried to bring you till they got what they were after? In your heads must still be the remnant of a brain. In your hearts must still be the desire to be a human being again.
Why? We conform. We conform. We conform. 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 Why? We conform. We conform.
Do you listen to Akira The Don?
Negative.
You should
Oh, you absolutely should.
Yeah.
Dude.
You would love it.
We should have both of you guys on in the same episode.
He does
That would be killer.
music meditations, and Marcus Aurelius is one of the people that he's been sampled. He does Alan Watts and different things, and they're just really
The web of life. Let me try from the first to indicate the point that we're aiming at. The point is this, that human consciousness is at the same time as being a form of awareness and sensitivity and understanding, it's also a form of ignorance. The ordinary everyday consciousness that we have leaves out more than it takes in. The ordinary everyday consciousness that we have leaves out more than it takes in. And because of this, it leaves out things that are terribly important. It leaves out things that would, if we did know them, allay our anxieties and fears and horrors. And if we could extend our awareness, you see, to include those things that we leave out, we would have a deep interior peace. Because we would all know the one thing that you mustn't know. The ordinary, everyday consciousness that we have leaves out more than it takes in. The ordinary, everyday consciousness that we have leaves out more, you know, according to the rules of our particular social game. The one thing you mustn't know, that's really not allowed, but is the lowdown on life. And then the lowdown, on the one hand, means the real dirt on things. But the lowdown is also what is profound, what is mysterious, what is in the depths. And there's something left out. And our everyday consciousness screens this out in the same way that when you say you have weaving, you have, say, on this rug here in front of us, when the black finishes here, the black threads will go underneath and then appear again over here, then they'll go underneath the white and then they'll appear again over here, you know? So that the back will be the obverse pattern of the front. Now, the world is like that. The ordinary, everyday consciousness that we have leaves out more than it takes in. The ordinary, everyday consciousness that we have leaves out more than it takes in. Our sense organs are selective. They pick out certain things. They're receptive. For example, we have a small band, what you might call a spectrum of light, of sound, of tactile sensation, and so on, to which the human organism is sensitive. But we know that outside that small band, there is a huge range of vibrations to which we have built instruments that are sensitive. Things like cosmic rays, ultraviolet rays, gamma rays, hard X-rays, and so on. They're all outside the band of our spectrum. And obviously, there are things that are outside the range of our instruments. We may build new instruments someday which will evoke, bring into our consciousness other orders of vibration altogether, but yet, as yet, we don't know about. So you could imagine, you see, the universe is a vast system of vibrations and has infinite possibilities. The ordinary, everyday consciousness that we have leaves out more than it takes in. The ordinary, everyday consciousness that we have leaves out more than it takes in. The ordinary, everyday consciousness that we have leaves out more than it takes in. The ordinary, everyday consciousness that we have leaves out
You're locked into the official MEANINGWAVE chart countdown. Now entering the top 10. Subscribe and like to my YouTube channel so I can feed my kids.
Akira. He's got clout.
If you could have a gigantic billboard anywhere with anything on it, what would it say? And why?
One of my I guess my mantra is a very simple one. Discipline equals freedom.
Discipline equals freedom, 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 equals discipline equals freedom, 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 freedom.
The answer is discipline. More free time? Follow a more disciplined time management system. You want financial freedom? Implement long-term financial discipline in your life. Do you want to be physically free to move how you want? To be free from many health issues caused by poor lifestyle choices? Then you have to have the discipline to eat healthy food and consistently work out. We all want freedom. Discipline is the only way to get it. Discipline
equals freedom, 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 equals
discipline
equals freedom, 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 equals
discipline
equals freedom, 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 equals
discipline
equals freedom, equals freedom, equals freedom, equals freedom, equals freedom, equals freedom, equals freedom.
Discipline starts with waking up early. It really does. But that is just the beginning. It is working out every day. It is eating the right foods to fuel your system correctly. It is disciplining your emotions so you can make good decisions. It is about having the discipline to control your ego so it doesn't get out of hand and control you. It is about treating people the way you would want to be treated. It is about doing the tasks you don't want to do, but you know will help you. Discipline is about facing your fears so you can conquer them. Discipline means taking the hard road, the uphill road, to do what is right for you and for others. Discipline
equals freedom, 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 equals
discipline
equals freedom, 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 equals
discipline
equals freedom, 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 equals
discipline
equals freedom, equals freedom, equals freedom, equals freedom, equals freedom, equals freedom, equals freedom.
So often, the easy path calls us to be weak for that moment, to break down another time, to give in to desire and short-term gratification. Discipline will not allow that. Discipline calls for strength and fortitude and will. It won't accept weakness. It won't tolerate a breakdown in will. Discipline can seem like your worst enemy, but in reality, it is your best friend. It will take care of you like nothing else can, and it will put you on the path to strength and health and intelligence and happiness. And most important, discipline, 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 discipline.
Release the wave.
That's all right, go!
The one thing that discipline definitely does help you with, it helps you get things done. And when you get things done, when you actually do things, you have more success. A big part of success is just not being fucking lazy and just doing it. 90% of it is just showing up. Get there and start working. Like, you're not gonna feel perfect every day. If I only worked out when I felt good, I'd be a fat fuck. Because there's a lot of days I don't want to do it. I mean, it's pretty much the same with everybody that actually gets good at something. There's got to be those days you push through. They're probably going to be more numerous than the days you don't. And so the benefit of discipline in my eyes has always been that through discipline, I get things done. I'm like the most lazy, disciplined person I know because I don't want to do it.
Akira.
Let's go.
He's got clout.
Through discipline, I get things done. The pro goes to work. Through discipline, I get things done. This is what I do.
I also think that discipline is a pathway to creativity. When you're on the battlefield, is an absolute exercise in creativity. How are we going to attack them? How are we going to disorganize them? How are we going to get in their heads? That's all just massive creativity. And when I look at people that are artists, I would imagine the more disciplined you are, you got to write stuff down. You got to read. You got to increase your vocabulary so that you are quicker and sharper so that when people are saying things, you have more words to battle back at them. All those things, all that freedom that you get on stage comes from the discipline. You study, you learn, you read, you write, you talk, you go through things. Is that an accurate statement?
Absolutely accurate. Through discipline, I get things done. The pro goes to work. Through discipline, I get things done. This is what I do. Through discipline, I get things done. The pro goes to work. Through discipline, I get things done. This is what I do. And it doesn't matter if you're sick, doesn't matter if you have kids, you're a pro and you go to work. And you have pride in that. And then when you are in front of that keyboard, you look down at the count, it says, I fucked 1,000 words today. And out of that work, gems blossom. But you might have a day where you just write nothing but dog shit. So what? Show up again tomorrow. And tomorrow out of that dog shit, a flower will emerge. Through discipline, I get things done. The pro goes to work. Through discipline, I get things done. This is what I do. Through discipline, I get things done. The pro goes to work. Through discipline, I get things done. This is what I do.
He's got clout.
How do I deal with setbacks, failures, delays, defeat, or other disasters?
I actually have a fairly simple way of dealing with these situations. It is actually one word to deal with all those situations. And that is good. And this is actually something that one of my guys that worked for me pointed out to me. He would call me up or pull me aside with some major problem, some issue that was going on. And he'd say, boss, we got this and that, the other thing. And I'd look at him and I'd say, good. One day he was telling me about some issue that he was having. He said, I already know what you're gonna say. And I said, well, what am I gonna say? He said, you're gonna say good. You're gonna say good. You're gonna say good. You're gonna say good. 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 You're gonna say good. You're gonna say good. You're gonna say good. Good. So that's what you always say. When something is wrong and going bad, you always just look at me and say, good. Good. And I said, well, yeah. And I mean it. And that is how I feel. When things are going bad, there's gonna be some good that's gonna come from it. Oh, mission got canceled? Good. We can focus on another one. Didn't get the new high-speed gear we wanted? Good. We can keep it simple. Didn't get promoted? Good. More time to get better. Didn't get funded? Good. We own more of the company. Didn't get the job you wanted? Good. You can get more experience and build a better resume. You're gonna say good. You're gonna say good. You're gonna say good. You're gonna say good. 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 You're gonna say good. You're gonna say good. You're gonna say good. Good. Got injured. Got injured. Sprained my ankle. Good. Needed a break from training. Got tapped out. Good. It's better to tap in training than to tap out on the street. Got beat? Good. You learned. Unexpected problems? Good. We have the opportunity to figure out a solution. And that's it. That's it. That's it. That's it. That's it. When things are going bad, don't get all bummed out, don't get startled, don't get frustrated. No. You just look at the issue and you say, good. You're gonna say good. You're gonna say good. You're gonna say good. You're gonna say good. 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 You're gonna say good. You're gonna say good. You're gonna say good. Good. I don't mean to say something that's all cliche. I don't mean to sound like Mr. Positive. Find the positive, but do that. Do that. Focus on the good. Focus on the good. Take that issue, take that problem, take that issue, take that problem, and make it something good. Make it something good. And bring that attitude to your team. Do. You go forward. You're gonna say good. You're gonna say good. Good. You're gonna say good. You're gonna say good. 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 You're gonna say good. You're gonna say good. Good. You're gonna say good. Good. And lastly, I'd like to close this out. If you can say the word good, guess what? It means you're still alive. It means you're still breathing. And if you're still breathing, well then hell, you still got some fight left in you.
this is the wave of the future, baby.
I don't have to tell you things are bad. Everybody knows things are bad. It's a depression. Everybody's out of work or scared of losing their job. The dollar buys a nickel's worth. Banks are going bust. Shopkeepers keep a gun under the counter. Punks are running wild in the street, and there's nobody anywhere who seems to know what to do, and there's no end to it.
There's no end to it.
We know the air is unfit to breathe, our food unfit to eat. We sit watching our TVs while some local newscaster tells us that today we had 15 homicides and 63 violent crimes, as if that's the way it's supposed to be. We know things are bad, worse than bad. They're crazy. It's like everything everywhere is going crazy, so we don't go out anymore. We sit in the house, and slowly the world we're living in is getting smaller, and all we say is, please, at least leave us alone in our living room. Let me have my toaster and my TV and my steel-belted radios, and I won't say anything. Just leave us alone. Well, I'm not going to leave you alone. I want you to get mad. I don't want you to protest. I don't want you to riot. I don't want you to write to your congressman because I wouldn't know what to tell you to write. I don't know what to do about the depression and the inflation and the Russians and the crime in the street. All I know is that first, you've got to get mad. You've got to say, I'm a human being. God damn it. My life has value. So, I want you to get up now. I want all of you to get up out of your chairs. I want you to get up right now and go to the window, open it, and stick your head out and yell, I'm as mad as hell, and I'm not going to take this anymore. I'm as mad as hell, and I'm not going to take this anymore. I want you to get up right now. Get up, go to your windows, open them, and stick your head out and yell, I'm as mad as hell, and I'm not going to take this anymore. Then we'll figure out what to do about the depression and the inflation and the oil crisis. But first, get up out of your chairs, open the window, stick your head out and yell, I'm as mad as hell, and I'm not going to take this anymore. First, you've got to get mad. You've got to say, I'm as mad as hell, and I'm not going to take this anymore.
They're yelling in Baton Rouge.
Get up out of your chair.
We struck the motherlode!
Stick your head out the window, open it, and stick your head out and keep yelling. I'm as mad as hell. I'm not going to take this anymore. Just get up from your chairs right now. Go to the window. Where are you going? I want to see if anybody's yelling. Open it and stick your head out and yell and keep yelling.
MEANINGWAVE.com. Because happiness is a side effect of meaning.
Akira The Don.
He's got clout. People look for the shortcut, the hack. If you came here looking for that, you won't find it. The shortcut is a lie. The hack doesn't get you there. And if you want to take the easy road, it won't take you to where you want to be. Stronger, smarter, faster, healthier, laziness and lethargy and excuses. Discipline defeats the infinite excuses that say, not today, not now, I need a rest, I'll do it tomorrow. 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 What's the hack? How do you become stronger, smarter, faster, healthier? How do you become better? How do you achieve true freedom? There is only one way. The way of discipline. 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 There must be discipline. 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 There must be discipline.
When they saw the wave, it was too late.
The path. The warpath. A path of war. Moving toward a battle. A fight towards the actual war against our nation's enemies, or the war against my own weaknesses. That is what I am doing. Preparing. And sharpening my sword and honing my skills and maintaining
suffering. The warpath is the preeminent path of discipline, which is why it leads to freedom. And beyond that, in the end, the warpath, it leads to peace.
We have specialized in a certain kind of awareness that makes us neglectful. You see, we specialize in more or less briefly concentrated, pinpoint attention. We look at this and we look at that, and we select from all the things we might possibly be aware of, only certain things. And as a result of that, we leave out of our everyday consciousness one amazing beauty of experience that we never see at all. And on the other hand, the very deep thing, the sense of our basic identity, unity with, oneness with the total process of being. See, because we're staring, as it were, at certain features of the landscape, we don't see the background. And because we get fascinated with, I could go into details of the shell, as I said, and put myself in the mind of a conch or whatever it is that lives in this thing, and to say, that's not so hot, that one. Like that, see? And so, I wouldn't see the whole thing. But when I look at it like this, when anybody looks at it like that, we say, oh my God, isn't that gorgeous? Oh my God, isn't that gorgeous? Oh my God, isn't that gorgeous? Oh my God, isn't that gorgeous?
What the judges are looking for: style, flow, and power, and controlled radical maneuvers in the most critical sections of the wave.
You might want to ask yourself, did I find what I was looking for?
The things that you really want in life, yes, money will solve all your money problems, but it doesn't get you everywhere. The first thing you'll realize when you've made a bunch of money is that you're still the same person. If you're happy, you're happy. If you're unhappy, you're unhappy. If you're calm and fulfilled and peaceful, you're still that same person. I know lots of very rich people who are extremely out of shape. I know lots of rich people who have really bad family lives. I know lots of rich people who are internally a mess. So, a calm mind, a fit body, and a house full of love. These things cannot be bought, they must be earned. A calm mind, a fit body, and a house full of love. These things cannot be bought, they must be earned. A calm mind, a fit body, and a house full of love. These things cannot be bought, they must be earned. A calm mind, a fit body, and a house full of love. These things cannot be bought, they must be earned. Even if you have all the money in the world, you can't have those three things. Jeff Bezos still has to work out, he still has to work on his marriage or whatever his next relationship is, and his internal mental state is still going to be very much not controlled by external events. It's going to be based on how calm and peaceful he's inside. So So I think those three things, your health, your mental health, and your close relationships, are things that you have to cultivate and can probably bring you a lot more peace and happiness than any amount of money ever will.
I don't think I've ever known such peace and happiness.
A calm mind, a fit body, and a house full of love. These things cannot be bought, they must be earned. A calm mind, a fit body, and a house full of love. These things cannot be bought, they must be earned. A calm mind, a fit body, and a house full of love. These things cannot be bought, they must be earned. A calm mind, a fit body, and a house full of love. These things cannot be bought, they must be earned. Of money is so that you do not have to be in a specific place at a specific time doing anything you don't want to do.
And he reckons it lets him see right inside the wave.
Akira.
Take 10 seconds to get it again, beast. Get it, David, come on. Take 10 seconds to get it again, beast. Get it, David, come on. Take 10 seconds to get it again, beast. Get it, David, come on. Take 10 seconds to get it again, beast. Get it, David, come on. Get it, David, come on. Ah, there you go. There you go. Energy. Let it out. 7, 8, 9, 10. A machine here. There you go. Nobody works like David in this house. 13, come on. 14, come on. 15, come on. Cut that muscle down. 16, 17. Come on. Come on. Get it. Who's gonna carry the boats and the logs? They all know me, son. Who's gonna carry the boats and the logs? They all know me, son. Who's gonna carry the boats and the logs? They all know me, son. Who's gonna carry the boats and the logs? They all know me, son. Get it. 18. They all know me, son. Get it. Get it. 19. They all know me, son. Yeah. 20. You got some more. 21. Get it again. You wanna see it? That's you, buddy. Come on. 23. 24. One more, David. Come on. One more, David. Come on. Who's gonna carry the boats and the logs? They all know me, son. Who's gonna carry the boats and the logs? They all know me, son. Who's gonna carry the boats and the logs? They all know me, son. Who's gonna carry the boats and the logs? Who's gonna carry the boats and the logs? You're gonna do it. You're gonna do it. Who's gonna carry the boats and the logs? That's you, buddy. Who's gonna carry the boats and the logs? You're gonna do it. You're gonna do it. You're gonna do it. Who's gonna carry the boats and the logs? You did it. Yeah. Who's gonna carry the boats and the logs? They all know me, son. Who's gonna carry the boats and the logs? They all know me, son. Who's gonna carry the boats and the logs? They all know me, son. Who's gonna carry the boats and the logs? They all know me, son. Get it, get it, get it. They all know me, son. Get it, get it, get it. They all know me, son. Get it, get it, get it. They all know me, son.
That was the MEANINGWAVE Top 50. Congratulations to everyone on there. Congratulations to you for listening. We have a new number one. Yes, we do. Up a whopping 11 places and bolstered, no doubt, by a tweet from the man himself. At number one, Akira The Don, Jocko Willink. Stay on the path.
We talk about the path, and we talk about discipline, And we talk about living clean. But it is not an easy path that is filled with temptations and pitfalls and hazards and traps. And it's hard to stay on the path. It's hard to stay on the path. And if you fall off, it can seem even harder to get back on. But you can do it. You can do it. And if you fall off, it can seem even harder to get back on. But you can do it. You can do it. We talk about the path. We talk about discipline. We talk about living clean. But it is not an easy path that is filled with temptations and pitfalls and hazards and traps. And it's hard to stay on the path. It's hard to stay on the path. You gotta be honest with yourself and do not be a slave. Don't be a slave to drugs or booze or emotion or whatever weakness is trying to be your master. Don't allow it. Tell the truth. Call out your own weaknesses. Then impose discipline. Impose your will and climb back up onto the path and set yourself free. We talk about the path. We talk about discipline. We talk about living clean. But it is not an easy path that is filled with temptations and pitfalls and hazards and traps. And it's hard to stay on the path. It's hard to stay on the path.
And we talk about discipline, and we talk about living clean, but it is not an easy path. You have been listening to the Meaning Wave Top 50, counting down the 50 most streamed songs in the Meaning Wave universe, a universe that now comprises over 600 songs, over 600 and counting, truly becoming what I always envisaged, a world of wonders for you to get lost in and explore. Remember, digital streaming platforms, people ask me about this all the time, digital streaming platform, which is the best digital streaming platform to use so you get paid the most? They don't pay nothing, all of them, none of them. 0.0003 cents per stream on Spotify, 0.0005 on Apple. Doesn't make much difference. We would have to stream our songs like 4,000 times for us to get $5. So, if you get value from this music, consider making a donation, or maybe picking up some merch, or downloading some songs, something of that nature. All of that can be done at meaningwave.com, meaningwave.com, because happiness is a side effect of meaning. Yeah, it is. Hope you enjoyed all that. We will be back very soon with more glorious Meaning Wave for you. We're going to be counting down the top 50 of the whole year very soon. Hold tight for that. And yeah, thank you for being here. Love to you and your family. meaningwave.com.